Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a WIP and Chat, which I haven't done in a while, and I'm going to start doing those again weekly, maybe, hopefully. That is the goal in life. I don't want to promise anything I can't keep, because that tends to happen a lot, but we are going to do our best. So, first things first. How have things been going? Well, we've had a series of sicknesses just floating through this house. I swear, summer almost seems to have more germs. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. And then I have been kind of suffering from writer's block, so I've been a little bit frustrated with like all my stories and stuff. And so I kind of just took a break from everything creative to let my brain reset. So yeah, I kind of disappeared, but then, with that came all my channels were neglected. Oops, that one needs to move over. And then, yeah, I even my WIP and Chats, I was like, oh, I can't sit down and WIP and Chat, or, oh gosh, I don't want to sit there and just whine and complain. Even though, it's almost therapeutic to do a WIP and Chat, right? Because then you can kind of, well, I don't know, vent. Now, I do want to apologize. I just got a brand new phone. Hooray for the Samsung Galaxy 25. Yay! The reasons I had to get it, though, kind of suck. My son broke his, and he was in luck. I was due for an upgrade, and I wanted the 25 anyways. I'm a Samsung Galaxy girl, but I have not had time to tweak the camera or play with the camera and see how it does. So I am really sorry if the focus goes in and out. Hopefully it's not too bad. Supposedly this one has a bunch of autofocus features. I don't know. I literally set it up last night because my teenage son was incredibly impatient and needed his phone because the phone he broke was, you couldn't even open it. So yeah, I do apologize ahead of time if there are some recording issues. I had just recorded yesterday with my old phone because I told my son, I was like, I need to record some videos. I'm going to use my old phone. I actually have a professional camera and everything, but when it goes to recording, every single time I end up just breaking out my phone. It's easier for me. I just send it to the cloud. I don't know. It's just how I prefer to record. When I'm live streaming, I use different cameras, but yeah, maybe one day I'll go through the hassle of getting a full camera and mic setup. You would think I would after having channels for so long and so many of those channels, but I don't. So here I am. I had recorded a little diamond painting for beginners video, but the focus was really bad on that one. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't pretty. Ooh, I want to show you something though. So I should tell you what we're playing with. I will show you the painting in a little bit, but I'm working on the last two squares of Storytime. It's an Amy Brown painting from Diamond Art Club. I am using this gorgeous purple pen from Shimmering Canvas. Because she and I do so much business together for my business, I only buy pens from her. I need to show you guys my pen collection one of these days. It's ridiculous. I am using my sea salt and lavender putty. This is still in stock in the store. I love lavender in general. This one has now gotten so mangled. It was a heart swirled with pink, purple, white, and blue, and now it's just a glob, but it gets the job done. But I love lavender, so I'm kind of biased there. But this one has a very fresh scent to it. It's not overbearing with lavender, because I've had people that are like, oh, I like lavender, but it's too strong, or it's just they don't want the full lavender experience, I guess we'll call it. And this is not. It's really refreshing. And I've been using that same bag pretty much since, what, April? I want to say April or May. And I'm barely denting it now. I also have a tin of our blue cotton candy, because sometimes I like to break out the tins. I do make the putty tins. You can actually get those. They're twice the amount of putty as the bags. And those things will last you forever though. So pick a scent you are dedicated to using, or at least store them in a cool, dry place, because that's the big part. And they'll last a long time. In fact, the putty almost gets better if you let it age a little bit, which is why we've started making the next month's batch a week before it releases. So like we've been working on all of the July scents so that they have time to like age. I have been with this kit having to apply the adhesive on every single square. It's been incredibly frustrating. This is like the third painting in a row now from Diamond Art Club where I've had to do this. But I have the adhesive, so it's not like I'm gonna go, you know, replace the kit, because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to start over. And I'm almost done with this one, but it is, oops, did not mean to put that down. It is starting to become a pain because I've seen this with way too many kits from them. So I guess I'm just going to have to keep investing. But I mean, I've had this same bottle and I held it up to the light. I've only used to like here. So this is gonna last a while. So yeah, I mean, things have been a little crazy. I kind of had to take an all-around like mental break. I was struggling really bad with like writer's block. I was bouncing between too many story ideas or like the pressure of story ideas, because I would have people that are like, oh, can you do this story next, or so-and-so story next, because I had just finished my series and I have a spin-off series for that one. And so I had a lot of requests like, oh, can you start the spin-off? You know, because they wanted to see one of the characters in that. And I just wasn't feeling it, or like it required a different mindset. Because writing really does require you to get into the character. Obviously, you're writing their thoughts, right? So you kind of have to like be in the mood. So am I in the mood to like, you know, write up a snarky character or someone who's a little bit morally gray or stuff like that? I've got to be in that mindset or mood, and I wasn't in the mood for anything, for one. That was the worst part, is I was like, I'm not in the mood for this, but I'm also not in the mood for this. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to write every day no matter what, because that was one of the biggest writing lessons I've ever learned, and it's probably one of the best, is you write every day no matter what. Even if you only write 500 words, or say you sit down and decide to write a character backstory just for the hell of it, you've just got to write something, because it's like working out or a skill or a muscle. You've got to keep exercising it. If you don't, well, it's going to be even harder to get back in. And then, of course, there's that age-old debate. Is writer's block even really a thing? Because there's a lot of people that say, oh, I'm suffering from writer's block. But then, there's an equal number of people that say writer's block doesn't even exist. What do I think? I don't think writer's block exists. I think it's writer's boredom. You just get bored. You get bored either with a certain storyline, character. It could even be the whole freaking genre. I don't know. You just get bored and your brain needs to be stimulated by something else. Or it just needs a break. But you still need to write every day. So I was doing that. I had started on a story that I started a very long time ago. And I was like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to, work on this one. And I was really getting into that one. In fact, I wrote like 250 pages. So a decent amount was written. But then out of nowhere, I was like, I'm not feeling this story anymore. And there's nothing worse when you're like, okay, I've made a lot of progress on this book and I don't want to finish it right now. Because then you're like, oh, I got to start over. It is doing the autofocus. I am going to really quickly see if I can adjust that. Okay, I made some tweaks. This is going to be a learning curve, but that's what a WIP and Chat is for. You're really here to listen to me chat, not necessarily learn anything, right? Hopefully. So yeah, where was I? Because I was too busy messing with my camera. That's what I hate about swapping out phones. But we're gonna see how it does, because I'm like trying to see if it blurs while I do anything. I don't know. This one has a ton of autofocus features, and I'm gonna have to figure those out ASAP because I have some art videos I need to do, and well, art tutorials, you definitely cannot have it going in and out of focus. But anyway, so yeah, I had to give up on a book that I had gotten pretty deep into, but I just was kind of like in a lull. I was almost bored with it. And I was thinking, gosh, if I'm bored with it, my reader's going to be bored with it, right? So I decided, well, I'm not going to force it. I did some like creative writing. Oh, still doing that darn focus. I don't know. I'm going to try. We'll see. I might have to play around with it more. Don't thumbs down me because I can't focus my camera. But, yeah, so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take a break from this one. And then out of nowhere, I was just sitting there journaling one morning, and I was thinking about all the social media posts I needed to make for my books, which, by the way, is a lot. It is draining, beyond draining. I've never made so many Reels and TikTok videos in my life. And I'm trying to find a way to like streamline the process, because I usually start my social media Monday, as I call it, because that's the day I sit there and make all of my social media posts. But the problem is it's like an all-day thing, literally. And then I'm like, oh, I've spent all day making these posts for the week, and it's just the week. And so I was like looking into ways to streamline it, and sometimes like I'll spitball ideas for like posts to share and stuff like that. And so then it hit me, I had this idea of like social media, and I had this idea of like a character that like basically uses social media to like ruin a person's reputation, and but it'll be funny. I don't want to give you too many things to give away, but it's basically going to be an enemies to lovers trope, which is one of my favorite because I really, really love to write banter. So I'm like, oh, I get to write banter, and like they're gonna straight up just hate each other. But all that hate is really just gonna be insane foreplay if you think about it, mental foreplay. So I was really excited about it, and I was like, all because I was sitting there whining to my journal about how I did not want to make social media posts today, the idea came to me. So I was like, this is going to be fun, because who doesn't love an enemies to lovers trope? It's actually one of the more popular tropes out there, believe it or not. And yes, I research these things because you have to. If you're writing books, you have to write, well, the tropes that everyone likes to read, right? So enemies to lovers is always fun. And like I said, the reason I love it the most, if you do it right, is you can write up some really fun banter and just a lot of back and forth. And it's just more fun that way as opposed to just, I don't know. So yeah, I started that one. It's coming along slowly. There is some overlap between that world and the world of my other books. All of my books are going to overlap with each other in some way, shape, or form, whether it be a character, their company, or a family member. Like, I plan to have just this huge series of books that are all interconnected. And it'll make it more fun because then you'll, like, if you read them, which you can read them in any order, you don't have to read them in order. I like to emphasize that. But as you read them, you can, like, keep going with it, you know, and you eventually you'll be like, oh, I recognize that name. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun to do. At least that was my plan or idea, was to make it fun. So yeah, I've been working on that. I need to do a video. So I have redone like my diamond painting storage. I got all these cat-eared trays and a new shelf. And so I've been testing it out. And for the most part, I'm pretty happy with this new method I'm using. So I'll share that pretty soon in a video. I did just do my haul video. That was just to kind of like catch you guys up. Plus all the kits like that, you know, have been showing up, just been sitting there in my art studio. And I'm like, okay, I need to get these put away. Oh, that autofocus, I am telling you. So yeah, like I did my haul video and it was a big haul, but it was like over the last few months. It's not like I just did a haul at once with all those paintings, and a lot of them stemmed from those darn notifications. Like you'll get on the waiting list for one to come back in stock. A lot of them were like Margaret Morales ones too. And I swear when hers come back in stock, you have to like jump on it then and now. Like you can't go, oh, I'll check in like an hour. Nope, it'll be gone in an hour. And so sometimes I would just like add on a kit for free shipping, or I was like, oh, I've got the points. Plus I've been buying some kits, some extra kits that I know my daughter and then my son's girlfriend will be interested in. So that way when they like need a new kit to paint, they can just pick from my stash, and I have some they like. So like I do that too. Like I especially get ones that are on like clearance and stuff like that, because they like the landscape stuff. I'm not big on it myself, but so yeah, my haul was bigger, but I blame myself and the FOMO, because FOMO is real. But in this case, it's like true. You literally will miss out if you don't log in right away. Speaking of logging in right away, the July box is releasing on the 1st of the month, like every month. However, same thing. You really do need to log in right away if you want to snag one. So that means log in right at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, not Eastern. And that way you can snag one of the July boxes. I did send one over to Katie over at Diamonds and Washi, so she's going to do like a little preview if you want to check that out and see what it's going to look like. This one's cute. It's tropical and fun. It's a little simpler, but depending on how, I don't want to say simple. None of them are simple. These take me a lot of time. And the custom pen is really cute, but so is the standard pen. And that's where I spent more money this month, was I made the basic pen more fun. It comes with a whole set of metal tips, metal screw-in tips. So it's a pretty nice basic pen. That said, the upgrade pen is stunning as well. So I did increase the number of mini bundles. So there will be more mini bundles, but the number of boxes is the same. However, I've already planned it out. There will be more boxes in August. So August has already been planned. We've got more boxes. Oh, I didn't grab Jay. We've already got more boxes made for August. In fact, the trays are on their way. So those will be here pretty soon. So yeah, there'll be more boxes and more minis in August. And then if everything keeps selling well, because lately they've been selling out, the last two have sold out in under 20 minutes. Heck, the last one wasn't even 15 minutes. And so I feel bad, but honestly, that's why I say the only guarantee is log in right at 8 and pick out your stuff and check out. Because if you even wait till 8:05, you might not. You're competing against everyone else who has it in their cart. And it really is, all of you can add them to your cart. It's just a matter of who checks out the fastest. And I feel bad because I'll get messages at like 8:30 and go, they're already gone. And it's like, yeah. But I am a small shop, and so I can only increase so much at a time, right? One, I need to give LEP time to create these custom trays. And and make sure it's not too much for her. Because sure, I could do 50 boxes a month, but then there's the risk of, would all 50 boxes sell out? Because I need to, like, I can't be stuck with 50 boxes in inventory, or say 30 because only 20 that month sold, you know? So I need to like slowly increase it, and I'm basically increasing it to the point where I can get them to last in the store for at least 2 hours. That's my goal. And then that will be kind of my stopping point, because I still want them to sell out the day they come out. They're limited edition. I don't want them lingering in the store too long. And plus it makes it easier for shipping to just pack them all up and get them the heck out the door. So that's the other thing. But I did increase them a little. The August one will definitely be increased, but I think you guys will really like the July one because it's got really fruity. It's all tropical. The theme is tropic, like it's hot. I know, so much originality there. But it's got like tons of tropical colors, scents. It's very bright and bold and fruity and fun. So yeah, I think you guys will really like it. And then of course the August one is going to be amazing. I was trying to think of what to do for August because I was like, I don't want to do back to school or fall quite yet. And so yeah, I think the August one is going to be even, I don't know. It's hard to beat that June one with the watermelon, but we'll see. I do want to really quickly show you guys this bad boy and how it looks. Because this is a really pretty kit. So I'm going to zoom out and show it to you because like I said, I'm almost done. And then maybe you can help me decide what to kit up next because I sure can't decide. Okay, so here we go. Let me unfold up here. Now, this one has tons of ABs and uses it. So if you haven't gotten this kit, totally go grab it. The wings are like just all ABs. I don't even know if I can get the camera to show. Look at that. See all those ABs in there? Yeah, all that white and some of that purple, they're ABs, and then same thing in the scales. So yeah, this is actually a very easy kit. I don't know why it's taken me so long. I unboxed it and I was like, this thing has loads of color blocking. It's only got 35 colors. I was like, I should probably have this done in like a week. I really should have. I think part of my whole creativity block. But here you go. See, we've got ABs here all the way down. I will say a couple of these browns, they were really close. Normally I have a lot of leftover drills with Diamond Art Club, but they came close to shorting me on a few of these browns. Like I literally had 2 drills left on one of them. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I was panicked and looking at the rest of the canvas like, please don't be anywhere else. So yeah, that was kind of strange, but then we get to the bottom here, and then this is just where I'm finishing. But again, it's still quite a bit of color blocking, to be honest. So I don't know. Overall, I like this one. I don't like the way the books turned out at all. I feel like they were just kind of odd with some of the shading, but I do love how the dragon turned out. And it was funny because I had just done that dragon cover minder for Katie over at Diamonds and Washi. And then I started this painting before that, and then I made that cover minder, and I was like, that would have been perfect to pair. And so that's why I created that little kawaii one you see in my store that's purple. I did that as a special order for someone, and that one would have worked great for this. So I'm like, gosh darn it, maybe next time I start a painting, not this smaller one, but the one after, I will create a cover minder just to go along with it. Let me know if you'd be interested in that, like cover minders designed to go with like specific paintings. Now I wouldn't match it exactly. 1, I can't use this artwork, it's not mine. But 2, I would want it to be versatile, right? But I could have a theme, like purple dragon on books. I can draw that up. Just like little fun ones to go along with it. Or like a mermaid that has a palette that goes with a lot of mermaid paintings. I thought it'd be kind of cute to do that. I can pair them to a specific painting, but again, it won't be the exact thing. About all I could copy was the color scheme. So, now as for paintings to start, I am stuck between a few choices. So I can't decide if I want to start the Rainbow Witch. I mean, it's into June, so I kind of missed Pride Month, but I got stuck on this dragon for some reason. This one is definitely like an easier one. I mean, we're talking 56 colors, 55,000 drills. Then again, this is a fairly easy one that took me forever, so can only go by so much there. I also have Song of Artemis Myths. Wow, that was rough. It's also a round one. I normally go round to square, but this one does have a lot more colors, but it has a ton of like fun add-ons, like 2 ABs, 1 electro, 2 iridescent, and 3 fairy dust. And it's 50,000 drills. So I don't know how complicated this one is to complete. And then there's a third, but it's downstairs, so I'm just going to put a picture of it on the screen. But that was my other choice, and I cannot decide. Like, do I want to just take it easy, do another round kit? I don't know. The other one from Margaret Morales was a pretty complicated one, and it will take me some time, but gosh, it looked so pretty for summer, but these work for summer too. So I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. We'll see which way I go. So thanks for hanging out with me for a WIP and Chat. I hope you are well, and until next time, take care. Bye now.